Renee, whenever you're ready.
Well, I'm Renee Morris, and I'll be presenting marketing for the brain. And deciding my topic, back in the 9th grade, I took a class, Principles for Business and Marketing, with Mr. Honecker, and ever since then, I just kind of enjoy the whole concept of coming up for like a business plan or a marketing plan, like making brochures, and I guess like Rain said, like graphic design. I was intrigued by it, and I thought throughout high school maybe. So I started taking marketing and co-op class with Ms. Sharon Taylor, and this past year I took PE Business. So that's definitely something I decided that I want to pursue. And with that in hand, this past semester I took AP Psychology. So I started to look at stuff from like a more psychological level. I was actually talking to Ms. Wilson when I was coming to deciding a topic. Like what exactly did I want to do? Like marketing, business, kind of broad. And then I decided to look. I was going through online and I found something called neuromarketing. So with that in hand, of course, neuro brought in neuroscience and marketing to play. And after all my research, I'm just going to say right here and right now, not going into science. Neuroscience, that was just a painful subject to like research on. Not next, I got fatigued. But I developed the question, how can marketers use neuroscience to draw consumers to their products? I always wonder when going through the store, since buying is always a part of our daily lives. Like we have goods and services, we're always constantly buying. But what makes us buy these certain things? Like do you choose one thing over another? Like why? How do marketers and branders, how do they get you to do that? What's the incentive? So going to play, when I started my research, I was looking into like understanding the brain. And it only takes up 2% of our body's mass, and we only use about 20% of it. And then 80% is below our level of awareness. And that kind of struck me as kind of odd, like our brain does everything for our body. And in theory, in a research I did, it said that we only use 10% consciously. I was like, that doesn't quite make sense. But looking into it, I decided to try and understand the whole concept. So neuroimaging has become like more cheaper and faster, trying to understand the brain, of course. And the traditional marketing concept was using people and focus groups to try and understand like A/B testing, what works best for consumers, what kind of words fit best when trying to like make a simple like website. And with that in mind, I decided to I looked into it a bit more, and from then on, I did a case study and I saw like an actual like representation. It was, of course, the Coke and Pepsi wars, and this was done, and they hooked up like there's 3 different cups that they gave the person that was being tested, and it was one labeled Coke and one labeled Pepsi, and one was unlabeled. And of course, you would sip it, and then the study was conducted in order to see what, after the scanning, which parts of the brain like was attracted to what. Of course, Coke won, surprisingly in that. But they were trying to look into it, like, why did Coke win? Like, what was it? So of course, they started looking into colors, and they were looking at the different scanning with the fMRI imaging, like the breaths, like, because you kind of get anxious, you know, when you're like, there's a release of energy when you're experiencing different types. And then they also looked into heart rates, and actually Coke began to like send more neurotransmitters than Pepsi did. And the surprising fact is the unlabeled cup in the study was actually, those were thought was the same amount of energy that was used for the Coke. So in my study, I was like, this is interesting. I didn't really put that much thought when it came to like marketing concept behind it. But like I said, not really big on like the science behind it. So my internship gave me more of a thought. So getting to my internship, I was talking to Ms. Wilson, didn't really know how to just like jump into like a business environment. So I contacted Ms. Taylor, our business, she works with the different things like business accounting, economics classes. And I was talking to her, I was like, I kind of need to find an internship. Time's wearing down, I'm kind of stressed, everyone kind of have ideas. So I talked to her, and she got me an internship over at Crutchfield headquarters. It's near the airport in Albemarle, if you know where that is. It's kind of secluded. I didn't really know of it back there because I was like, oh, Crutchfield, cool, where the car stereos are. And they're like, no, that's headquarters. So once I got there, it was it was like a big job interview. Of course, I had to get drug tested, I had to be interviewed, I had to talk about pay, which I'll turn about more in my community service. But it was just one big road to like leading me to like the business field. And I loved the experience of the internship. It let me feel how I got an understanding of like the actual business world. It's not what you see in like the office or anything. Stereotypes, yeah, not like that. But my mentor was Zach Zimmick, and he was a very interesting, quirky kind of guy. When I first met him, he seemed outgoing, but throughout he was like, no, I'm an introvert, trust me. But you meet so many different types of people in like the office. I worked with multiple different departments. I was actually in the marketing sector part of it with Zach, but I started meeting new people in like the tech, the creative, like tailors and Raidens with the pictures. I got to see like how those imaging stuff works and like Photoshop. But human resource was my favorite group of people to deal with because they're always so like outgoing and bubbly to try to let you have like a great experience. But Crutchfield let me have like a takeaway. I spent most of my time doing SEO work. It's search engine optimization. And I worked with a group of people because we were trying to understand like the consumer, like I said. So this is what helped me understand the consumer more psychologically, like how do you try to figure out what they want. So I spent most of my days in like this secluded little office in the back. It was between Zach's and some other guy, I forgot his name, didn't really talk to him. But there were like doors were my only exits. So whenever I came in, I was like, excuse me, coming in. I went to my business computer that I used at work, and I would go straight to like this like list of articles, and it had all these URLs that Crutchfield dealt with. So I would take that URL and put it into something called SEMrush, and you plug it in, and it basically spit out the data. So at first I was like, oh wow, this isn't much work. But when you're doing like 1,000 articles a day, it's a little repetitive. So I was good with copy and paste. But at the end, after taking that, I went over to this girl named Lori, and she helped me like understand like what you're doing isn't just copy and paste. She showed me all these like graphs and click rates and how this actually started helping the company. And then I actually did do something that was worthwhile. So these articles that it shows you where like, you know, when you go into Google and let's say I had like searched car stereos, you're going to see different positions on the websites or in Google search. And there's certain positions that you try to aim for. And companies in particular, they try to get certain little catchphrases that when you search it, they pop up to the top. So that was kind of interesting for me to see like a simple phrase that I helped tweak in like articles. In Crutchfield, when you plug it into the computer, it went from being like on position like page 25, which is not good, to like page 1 or 2. So that was interesting to see how I got the chance to like see how you can kind of alter how a consumer clicks on certain things that make them want to buy. And I also had fun during my internship. Throughout the experience, I got to go to the distribution center. That was kind of fun. I felt like an ant. Boxes flying, the conveyor belt. And I don't have the picture of me, but we're walking around and Zach was like, so we make boxes, our own boxes. I was like, okay, cool, interesting. He's like, yeah, we do our own packaging. It's like, do you want to make a box? It can be your size. So I got in my box. So that was quite fun. Yeah. This was my last day of my internship. It was kind of sad because I had like this little badge that got me into all the doors and stuff. And Zach actually let me keep like my lanyard. He's like, here, keep it. One day you might come back to us. I was like, oh, thank you. But it was hard saying goodbye because not only did I get to like do some simple little office tasks and actually see like marketing 101 and how busy it is and the schedules and deadlines, I got to also like make a family, if that makes sense. Like if one person falls short, the whole entire like department kind of crumbles. And I learned that Bill Crutchfield, he aims his goal to like look out for the consumers. Like he wants to become part of it, like from a more emotional level. So I could definitely feel that in the family of Crutchfield. And from then on, I did my community service. To be honest, I had no idea what I was going to do, like what can marketing do in the community. So I contacted, Ms. Taylor helped me contact the Madison Larry City Council. I didn't even know we had one until I met with Donna Gal, which, yeah, she wanted to take a selfie the last day we selected her. But throughout that, it was more of a virtual community service. We emailed a lot, and when we first met, she was like, I don't really know how you're gonna help, but our goal is to like market yourself for like as parents, as maybe getting a job one day or using it for like college. Like she made it sound like their goal of like trying to learn and educate yourselves more. She told me that I could take it from a sense like market yourself better as a person. So throughout that community service, we met up like once a week when it wasn't busy, and we emailed a lot and we made flyers, and I helped her like use the Facebook page and like how to get people to like them more, because the Madison Larry City Council at first wasn't doing so hot. She was telling me how not a lot of people come out for turnouts for events. So me and her tried to like get more people to come. I tried spreading the news, and it was nice to see that these flyers that I made and brochures like being handed out at like sometimes at Food Lion or the Madison drugstore. Like it's good to see something that you did out there in the community. And I actually made some money at my internship. I talked to Mr. Caraway about this. And the last day I went to see her, I handed her a check, and she just lit up. It felt great to be able to like, I made this and I'm donating it back to you. So she actually gave me like $10 back. It's like, we actually have an event coming up, so use that and buy it so that we get proceeds. So I was like, okay, I'll definitely do that. So Amazon, definitely something that proceeds and donations go to Madison Larry City Council. Just so you know, that's an option. Reflecting back, I definitely enjoyed the experience and like the skills and then the environments and understanding like how I want to like continue my life and my journey throughout like college and finding a career path. And advice, like future donor school students, like I don't even see any in here. Oh, hey Emily. Don't procrastinate. You're gonna hear that throughout the whole thing, but I definitely recommend that you find something early on, maybe during the summer, that you really want to do, and then get a jump start, because you don't want to like be rushing to the end of the race, like finish your project. And my future, stuck between JMU and Randolph-Macon, but I think I'm going to Randolph-Macon and making that deposit, and I guess major in business. So there you go. Thank you.
How long were you at Crutchfield?
I was with them from November to at least February. It
How
was
many
like a
days?
long. I would go at least twice or 3 times a week. So I would leave during governor's school. Our block was 2nd and 3rd, but I had AP psychology online during 3rd block. So that's like time schedule. I would leave school and go and come back.
I see.
Yeah.
And how long did you work at the Letters Council with them?
For the past couple months, actually, started this about the same time. I was actually doing my internship and my community service, like together, hand in hand. Stuff I learned at Crutchfield, I told Miss Donnie Gal about, so it's kind of nice. Like, so I learned this, and now I can tell you.
And what marketing techniques did Crutchfield use
They use a lot
to
of
draw people in?
They use a lot of A/B testing. Like we would work with websites, and one week we'd test like different buttons, if that makes sense, like half off if you purchase this, and then we probably like we changed it up to be like free shipping. Like we chose different ways of rewording certain phrases or incentives.
For purchases online?
Yes.
Online.
Online, Crutchfield's mainly an online business,
Right,
except for a few
but-
retail stores.
Well, which one do people respond to? Free shipping?
Free shipping works best, surprisingly, so there's more click rates.